Okay, finally, we're here. Sheesh. I haven't streamed in such a long time. Everything sucks. I suck. Hang on, guys. I gotta hide behind the curtain for a second. My God, it's been such a long time. What is love? What is life? Danko! Danko, baby, how are you? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, first of all, the fact that you're still subscribed, crazy. Crazy, actually. Crazy work. Cannot believe that's a thing that exists still. As some of you may not know, I've been on hiatus. Hello there. My name is Luminous Peak. I am your friendly neighborhood fae. Magical neighbor, if you were. Resident of... Well, I'm not sure if I can name that place. But resident of the secret, super secret fae world, I suppose. And mostly friend. We'll say mostly friend. Friend, question mark? I will remain subscribed forever. Maybe don't, like, if you can't afford it. That's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been on hiatus for a very long time because life was kicking my ass in various ways. It kind of still is, but I think we've gone full circle. We've gotten so stressed out with life that I think streaming would actually make me feel better. First of all, before I get any farther here, I would like to say hello to Plastic Bits, who is not a bot. Not a bot. And they were, in fact, fast enough to redeem first, second, and third. So, congrats, you greedy little elf on all your medals. That's a little crazy. Oh, man. I'm not even sure where to start. I had to figure out how to use my computer again to stream to even be here, to be honest. It's part of the reason why I was late in the first place. When you haven't streamed for a while, you open up OBS, everything looks different. Everything in Nightbot looks different. All the things look different. I don't remember how anything works. Technology evolves too quickly. I've only been gone, well, I guess in internet years, it's forever. But it's been like 3 months, something like that. I think my last stream was in August, yeah. Unfortunately, as some people may know, I work for a school. And basically when the school year began, all hell broke loose. They implemented a lot of new things and it was just very stressful. It's one of those things where when you're an old person, you've been with the, place for a long time, you know all the ins and outs, and then they hire a bunch of new people and change a bunch of stuff. So you're learning and catching up and teaching other people because they think you know everything all at the same time. It was crazy. All of them, that's wild. Yes. OBS definitely changed their UI a little bit. But more than anything else, I would say Nightbot definitely got facelift. They've added new categories to Twitch in the time that I've been gone. I feel like so much has changed. People have moved over to Blue Sky, including myself. And even though that was only like a month ago, the life has been lifing to the degree that I feel like I haven't been able to do very much, honestly. For some of you who may not know, if you've heard me yapping on stream before I took my bigger hiatus, I am a habitual grass toucher. Unfortunately, and I do not say this as a brag. I actually wish I could stay in the house more. I would have more time to stream. But I touch grass all the time. And you know what I can't do when I'm out on grass? I cannot stream. So when things come up, people need me to be places. I have been kidnapped. JK, not serious. A couple of times. Hey, Lumi, would you like to go XYZ place? Actually, haha, it wasn't a request. I'm pulled up outside of your house right now, and I need you to be a friend. Let's go do this thing. That has definitely been something that's happened to me several times. OBS changed things and I don't like it. Yeah, most of the changes are cosmetic, but I just had to reorient myself. I know that some people don't like mentioning the behind the scenes of streaming, but like I have to. It actually is a part of my life and how I function. It's pretty rough. So I'm not even sure how to summarize all the things that have happened, to be completely honest. I have built a couple of boards off stream. I've gone to several events. I've celebrated some birthdays. Unfortunately, attended a funeral. Got invited on vacation. And that's part of what's motivating me to stream. I will not be in the location of my residence for the back half of this month for the holidays. So that's already going to be a thing. So if I'm not going to be able to stream towards the end of the year, which is the best time for me to stream because I won't have as much school stuff to do, then I wanted to get a couple of streams in now just to try to, like, man, I've been saving my boards for you guys. I've only built 2 boards in the time that I've been on hiatus, and I still have more. There's still more. Originally, when I went on break, I said that my next stream was going to be a gaming stream because I had been building so many boards in a row. But here we are. Here we are with boxes of boards sort of just stacked up in my second room. And what I can tell you is that I can't just leave them there. More boards, please. But see, that's the thing. It's a delicate balance. There's only so many boards to build, so I try to space them out, you know. Life has been lifing. I cannot stress that enough. Not all of it has been like bad, but all of it's been busy. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Weapon X. I haven't seen you in forever. You've been subscribed to me for 18 months. I know who you are, sir. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy that despite being on hiatus, people are still subscribed to me. Please watch your pockets. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but please watch your pockets. I promise I only stream when I'm able to stream. If I feel like it's going to be a shitty stream, you're not going to see me. I actually just refuse to do that. But you're allowed to make decisions, you know, outside of that. You're allowed to say like, hey, this bitch isn't streamed, so I'm gonna just cancel my subscription really quick. It's not a thing that I would take seriously or offensively in any way. I know some people are really weird about their numbers and stuff. I am here to have fun and enjoy myself and to share bits of my hobby with people. If I cannot do that, it is your right, obviously, to do what you want with your resources. So I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna put that right there. I'm sure you all know that, but I just wanted to reiterate it. I think that's very generous of you guys. The best decision you can do ever is keep subscribing to me. Very sweet, thank you. Okay, I feel like I can yap while I'm trying to build things. So let's swap over to keeb time, our keeb screen. And then we'll see how that goes. Because I do want to show you on camera some of the things I've built in the meantime. I don't even know. Did I even set up? Hang on. Did I even set up Nightbot appropriately? I feel like I haven't. Oh no. What is the... Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Nightbot to see my commands. I did change a couple of things to try to prep for today's stream. And the keyboard that I've been using is not the one that's in the command. Oh well, we're just, you know what? We're gonna leave it. I actually just want to get on with the show. I'm so happy to actually be here. Let's go. Alrighty, let's see if I can actually get my camera on. It's been forever, so I already know it's gonna be a thing. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, it looks like it's okay. It looks like we're fine. Okay, so I'm sorry if I feel discombobulated. I made the decision to stream on a whim completely while I was already at work doing things. And I was just like, yep, well, this is just what we're gonna do today. Life has been hectic. I want something to help me feel better. So we're just gonna turn the computer on and actually open up OBS and build a board. And I figured if I was building a board and I had the time, I could share the experience with you guys. Cute mat alert, yes. Yes, I changed my desk mat just for you guys. I've been sitting on this one for a little while. However, I didn't want to just have the same desk mat that I had on my desk from 3 months ago when I did my last stream. It helps to be able to mark like, oh yeah, this is a stream that took place after my hiatus or whatever. And also just, it's exciting. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a crazy keyboard builder lady. Fae person, ruler, creature, entity. There you go. That describes me a little better. Ma'am, your hands look soft and holdable. Oh, thank you. I do like these nails. These are very cute nails. I'm a fan. They're a little washed out by the light, but you can see how brightly orange they are. They glow under UV light. I need to get like a little UV pen light so I can like show them off. Yes. This board here is Kair. This is my mode envoy. This is not, I've kind of been like switching between two boards. People ask me all the time, what do you do with all of your boards? I use them, I swap them. If I'm looking at a board for too long, usually I'll just be like, I'm tired of looking at this one. I'm gonna use a different one. Or I want a different feel, you know? So this one, Mode Envoy, really cool. My hand stains. They're all on the glass there. Metal? Silver mirror. And no worries, I am in fact wearing a mask. There will be no peekaboo face things today. There's hey, there we go. I have orange glasses to match my nails. But yeah, there's a few scratches on this one because I've had it a while. I've taken it places. But overall, it's intact. Since I'm a crazy keyboard lady, I do name my boards. This one is named Kair. And I love him. This is a board I built earlier on stream, actually. I changed the name of this one because the name that I initially gave him did not feel right to me. I've changed this to Lex. And I'm just gonna leave it there. I like that name a lot. So, this is a QK80, and the board that we're building today is gonna be a Mark II of this. Your nails still look so cool, thank you. Lumi staying at the peak of fashion as always. I actually am trying. Actually, I'm trying. It's hard looking good. We'll say that. We'll actually admit difficult looking good all the time. Good name, solid name, yes. Let's see if we can bring our camera in a little closer. This is like a very nerdy themed kind of board. Come on. Okay. So, are we gonna stay? Are we gonna stay down at a reasonable height today? Camera, please. Okay. So this is the Cam Super User set. I think this is the one I have set on my keyboard command because it is the one I've been using for work. Basically, it has this cool like hacker theme, coding theme kind of thing going on. I love it. It was on sale for Black Friday, so I actually just made it happen. I felt like this is the set, the keycap set that was meant for this board. So I named it Lex. I feel like that fits a bit better. The X sounds are always like very techy, you know. Do I have, can you guys even hear the board? Let's see. Let's see if you guys can hear the board. It sounds like you guys can hear it. Let me lift it up a little higher so it's not so loud. So poppy, yeah, it definitely has. It's not the poppiest board, but it is poppy. That is how I would describe it. I'm glad it sounds crisp. I did my best. Microphone, please. Do not embarrass me in front of all of the people on my first stream back after forever. Thanks. Okay, and I've got a couple other boards to show. I've posted on Blue Sky about them, but I'm gonna show you guys in person so you can see it for reals. Okay, oh shoot. I did not close that bag, wow. So this is Memoria, which is a glass keyboard, like completely made out of glass. It's hard to even see the text on these keycaps. So clean. I think this actually looks clean. I feel like this is one of the first builds I've ever done that looks clean to me. Like clean would be a good descriptor of this. And then on the back, we've got this. Of course, my yucky fingerprints are all over it. It's a little Ouroboros design on there. I'm gonna have to like spend real time buffering this. But for now, that's good enough. That's good enough. The etched Ouroboros is really good. I really enjoy that. The camera doesn't even want to focus on it for real, because it's just, the glass is too difficult for it. There we go, we got it. Yeah. I was trying to take photos of this one to post, and it was very difficult. I did manage to get one or two that I felt okay with, but it was kind of rough. This is the Balder 65, by the way, by Helheim Designs. And you can look that up, but I don't think they're currently selling any. This was a project that was launched like earlier this year. And the last one I want to show you guys, this is one of the ones that I built while I was on hiatus. I know you mentioned having a glass board, but didn't realize that everything is glass. Yeah, so the keycaps on this one are called PBT Fans X-Ray. They're not actually glass, but they're made to look like glass. Okay, I think most of the reflective surfaces are gone. So I can probably afford to take this mask off. Let's see. I say that, and then when I open the next board that we're building today, there's probably gonna be like mirror on it somewhere. Okay. This next one is a cheese board. Denko, you've seen this one because I'm talking to you about keyboards and things all the time. Ta-da! Cheese. If you're wondering if the floor in my room is just covered in keyboard cases, the answer is yes. Yes, that is the case. The camera picks up the color really well. This is like a very specific shade of yellow. I do think it looks a little more yellow in the camera than it is in person, but it has all these cool, you know, like holes bezeled in here. I'm very excited about this one. It really does look like cheese. And I suppose to the right person, I would say also perhaps SpongeBob themed. But it's giving cheese to me and not SpongeBob. I've had a couple people label it as SpongeBob though. And that's it. I've had other boards shipped to me that are ready to build, but I have not actually built any of them. We love the cheese board. As a haver of whole ick, this board does not greatly upset me. Oh, you've got the tryptophobia? Yeah. I have another friend with tryptophobia, and they also say this doesn't quite trip them up that badly. It's something about how the light hits the indentations. The contrast isn't strong enough to trigger it for them. It's obviously different for other people, but that seems to be what I've been told about it. It's mostly the stark contrast along with the shape that does it, at least for my friendo. Yeah, like the holes don't look like holes for real. Yeah. Because they're not true holes, they're indentations. They don't go all the way through, right? All right, let's put this back in the case. Okay. The board du jour, as you can tell by the name of the stream, is the QK80 M2. Hello, Ski, how are you? Oh man, I've been very up and down. I've been very good and also very bad and everything in between. It's been life. How have you been? How has everyone been? I know I tend to have some lurkers that don't actually like talking on stream. I've been told my stream is really good, like background stuff for folks. But no, even if you don't speak up and tell me how you're doing, I am thinking about you. Before we do anything, I want to look at these complimentary gadgets that came with this QK board. I don't know what's in here. I assume their usual stuff, which is like, they usually come with stabilizers, tools for you to put things together. Yeah, it says tools and cable. Life has been life, ups and downs, graduated school. No idea if I came here after my name change, but old user was Pirico. You did come here once after your name change, but I'm glad that you reminded me because it's been a while and I've forgotten. For those of you who may not know, Pirico was one of the first people, if not the first person, to sit in on my streams that like I didn't personally know. And that's really great. I really appreciate that. It's nice to know that you're still here. I have been, life is lifing. However, I have amazing buttered chicken, so there is no violence. Buttered chicken does quell violence, I agree. Okay, yeah, so we have some tools. We've got a switch puller, we've got a keycap puller, and we've got a cable. Oops. Oh, and their screwdriver, their trusty screwdriver. So if this is the screwdriver that came with this, I may not need anything else, so I'll keep this out at least for the build. Whenever I get these kind of things, I usually give them away to friends and family who are getting into keyboards. People usually... I wasn't the first, but I was early. I think you were, in fact, the first person that I didn't know. I'm pretty sure everyone else that visited my stream were, in fact, people that I knew IRL that were like stopping by to support me. But yeah, what I do with these tools is I usually give them to folks. There is a giveaway that I want to host because I finally made it to 150 followers on Twitch, which is really great. I have keyboard things that I want to give away to folks. My hiatus has kind of pushed that back, but I did want to let people know I still have the items. I'm still planning on doing that. I haven't changed my trajectory on that at all. So when I do it, I'll definitely be announcing it on Blue Sky. I may post something to Twitter about it as well. I'm staying away from Twitter generally. It just was becoming too much. It was just becoming too much. So I just couldn't with Twitter anymore. But because a lot of people that I know are there, can I get this out? Is it gonna come out of the box? Okay, here we go. Interesting. What are these? Okay, it's a dongle for, is that a ribbon cable? Oh no. But yeah, I know that a lot of people found me on Twitter or through Twitter, through my streams, or subscribe to me on Twitter. Okay, yeah, that is a ribbon cable. I'll have to see where that goes. I'm gonna put that right back in there so I don't ruin it. So even with this stream, I did actually post maybe like 30 minutes before I went live so people would know. Because I just think it's important to let people know where you are. Not everybody moved over to Blue Sky. Not everyone's following me. And Twitter is where I met a lot of VTuber friends and connected with people from the keyboard hobby also as well. So I didn't want to just completely abandon them. But I'm also definitely... I'm definitely not interested. Okay, so these are for the mounting method. Interested in engaging with people on Twitter. It was just becoming a lot. I didn't make everything in there. What did I drop? Okay. So we've got some of the mounting things in here. And does this come apart? I wonder. No. So then what are these? Oh no. I have zero clue what these are. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. Great. I love, well, maybe not love a challenge, but I appreciate a challenge. Yeah, nah, F Twitter. Also, I got into more art doing digital now. That's fantastic. You'll have to, if you've got like a Blue Sky account, I would love to follow you, Pirko, and see what you're up to. I'm gonna dump this in here. Back in here. Sheesh. If I can get it in there. I always have trouble with like repackaging these things because it's so wobbly. All right, I got it on like the second try. Good for me. And now, la pièce de résistance. Well, I don't really post. Well, let me know when you start posting. Feel free to whisper me on here. If you pop up in a stream and you're like, oh, hey, I'm posting stuff now. Just let me know. Okay, we've got all the plastic things. I did not bring my X-Acto knife into this room, so we're just gonna, here we go, screwdriver to the rescue. I definitely do not need to unwrap this quite yet, but I'm gonna do it anyway because my brain's already doing it. We're already here. Okay. Oh, lots of protective wrapping. QK is like stepping up their game in terms of shipping and stuff. Okay, so this is the board. I only have one pink board, so I thought I would get another one. And it's a little hard to see because I feel like the lighting is like drowning it out. Let me see if I can adjust the light really quick. Because if it's just a lot, maybe we'll just chill out on how bright the light is. Okay, there we go. I think that's maybe a little better. Okay, so this color, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. It's hard. But there's glitter chunks in this spray coat. I don't think it's gonna pick it up, unfortunately. Focus. Camera focus. Okay. It is focused, but I don't think it's picking up the glitter, sadly. But there is glitter in there. It's not like a ton, obviously, because you can't see it on camera, but it's like little sparklies. You can see them a little better here. It's nice though. I like their sparkly stuff. Okay, and then this is the back. Here there's some text that says working plus gaming times fun. You can kind of tell this is like more of a Chinese inspired board in terms of the inspo. Oh my gosh. I don't want to have to like pry this out, but I think I'm gonna have to. Actually, let me see if I can use my tweezers. I'm sure I have like a wedge pick somewhere, but I don't know where it is. We're gonna just be super careful. There we go. Yeah. And so that, I believe the container here is supposed to work with the dongle. Is this the dongle? I'm not sure if this is the dongle. This might not be the dongle. Oh, this is a converter for the dongle. Oh, I'm so stupid. Gotcha. Oh my God. But there is a space here for like the USB dongle. It's probably somewhere in there. We'll deal with that later. But yeah, this is cute. I like it. Nice colors. Fun fact, I started playing Subnautica. I would be terrified too if I was playing Subnautica. That's scary. I would just... Games are different. I can't just blast magic everywhere, you know, and like get rid of my problems. That's not a thing I can do. So we're just here. Okay, so we have like a build guide. This came in there, warranty and inquiries. That's super cool. I'm definitely gonna end up pulling up the build guide just because I did not have time to study. At all. I didn't have time to study at all before doing this build. I literally just decided on a whim. This is what I was gonna do. So we're here now. Alrighty. So let me actually pull this up because that way when I get stuck or I'm about to break something, I can just look at it real quick and not have any issues. Okay, I don't remember literally at all what type of oh, okay, here's the dongle proper. Gotcha. Cool. I don't remember anything about what type of anything I got for this board. I would assume this is a palm plate. I'll have to check my order. Actually, let me do that. I'm gonna take a moment to not just be like a messy, trashy streamer. What happened was terrifying. Let me paint a picture. So I was out in the water, just looking for things to scan for a multi-purpose room. Still haven't found it. Gotcha. In that adventure, I found the parts for an entire bioreactor. Okay, yeah, scanner room. A part of a cyclops and full sea moth. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna pull up my order so I can see what type of plate this is. That adventure led me dangerously close to the Aurora, almost behind it. I've watched a couple of playthroughs of Subnautica, so like I generally know how that works. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna say, let me search. I'm searching my mail for, oh my God. I promise I can in fact type. I can in fact search for things and find them. I went up to the air. Okay, I went up for air and I noticed and booked it back home. Okay, gotcha. Behind me, there was a Reaper Leviathan. Oh yeah, the Reaper Leviathan. Correct, absolutely correct. Yes, I remember that. Oh, it's a PC plate. Cool. We love that. And it did a flip twice out of the water about 100 meters away from me. I did not have any method of transportation besides me swimming. Oh no, you didn't have like any of the little like scooter things or like the little mini motor thing? Oh no. Not you being so far out that the Reaper Leviathan was after you. That's a little crazy. Okay, let me set this to the side for now. Oh, wait. I have to sniff the box. It smells like foam. Give me just one moment. That's that good foam smell. That's that good foam smell. I love that like chemical foam smell. I'm a fan. I love that. It's one of my favorite smells. I think new shoes is like my favorite smell, but since they don't do like in-store shoe things anymore, most of those stores have closed. Most of them are online. I don't get to smell that as often anymore. I know. I'm a weirdo. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So with most of my boards, I usually do plate foam for hot swap, just to add a little more stability. Unless I want it to sound super duper full. Can confirm, I do not want this to sound super duper foamy. So I'm probably gonna use the plate foam, and I'm not sure. They gave me a couple of different layers. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use all of them. So we'll see. It looks like the case foam is super thin though. So I don't know. We'll workshop it as we go. Before we get to that point though, I do want to say, and then they gave me some PE foam. Of course they did. Oh, maybe that's a spare that they gave me, because this looks like the ribbon cable is already attached. Yeah. So I think that's a replacement ribbon cable that they gave me in here. And if that's the case, I will keep it safe in there. I don't think I'll have to do very much. Let me actually take it out again, just to look and compare. I don't want to touch it too much because I don't know. Ribbon cables always feel extra, I guess, I don't know what it's to say. Extra flimsy? Extra delicate? I'm not sure. Maybe delicate. I think delicate's a good thing. Let's see. There's a couple of other things going on here. So this is the screen. Let me turn this right side up. So this is how it's supposed to sit. So this would be where the screen goes. So I'm not even sure where this goes. This seems shorter than what's already here somehow. It seems shorter to me. Oh no, it's a spare. It's a spare. That just looked longer to me for some reason. Okay. So I don't think I have to do anything with that, luckily. I'm gonna sit this here for now. We're gonna put these in the bag for safekeeping, because I usually keep these in the case just in case something happens. And frick. We're gonna sit these to the side. Technically, all of this has to go to the side, because we have to start with our stabs. Wow, the inside of this board is so, I don't know if I've just not seen one in a while, but this one looks different somehow. Maybe I'm not used to the color. Maybe. So this is definitely, this PCB is a different color than usual. We usually get green PCBs, black PCBs. This color is different. So it's not just your memory playing jokes on you. It is not just your memory. It's a cute color. I'm not sure if they're all this color or if they coordinated them to the boards, because this one comes in a lot of different colors. I need to find me a cable for my board. Most of the cables that I end up getting are from Cable Mod, because they allow you to customize your own cables. And also I've found that with Cable Mod, they specifically make cables for keyboards. So I've never had to like plug it in and play and like see, does this work for the board? Is it actually gonna transfer enough power to it? I haven't had any issues with that. This cable here is a Cable Mod cable that I customized. And they let you pick everything, including the sleeve color here if you want it ano, if you need it heat shrink. You can even choose gold plated for the outlet here. And you can choose the color for, this is like underneath. It's a white cable, and then it has the white and gold braided mesh on top. And they are a little pricey, but if you only need one cord for one board, I feel like it's worth it. I've had these for a couple of years and haven't had any issues with them. I own too many of these because whenever I wanted to give myself a gift or they were running a sale, I would like get them in different colors. And you can even get like the type with like the middle that comes apart. And that way you don't have to unplug the actual cable. You can unplug like the middle break section. And that kind of keeps things, you know, like a little cohesive. Some gamers prefer that because then they don't have to worry about unplugging from their actual like PC. They can just disconnect it in the middle if they want to move their board. And for a lot of folks, that's just more convenient, honestly. Which I totally get. I have both kinds. Just because I was sort of experimenting with stuff at some point. Let's see, hang on. On my palette, do I have any 205? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I don't have to open the jar. That's great. And then what else do I need? These things and these things. If anyone has any questions about what I'm doing, please let me know. I've done so many keyboard build streams that at this point it feels silly to just explain the same thing over and over unless I know there's someone new in the chat. Like if I know someone's here for the first time, I'll go through all the rigmarole and whatnot. But if I can't tell, then usually I'll just chat about other stuff. I'm just gonna yap at you guys for a bit while I do this build. Let's see. I want to make sure that I have everything set for the build guide. Okay. These instructions are actually like pretty thorough. I'm looking. All right. So, oh shoot, switches. I did not pull out the switches I was gonna use for this build. Okay, I'm back. My father was speaking to me. Well, hopefully everything's okay. Are you still taking violin lessons, or was that just like a one-time thing you were doing to try it? I remember, I mean, this was a while ago, and I remember when your lessons ended, but I wasn't sure if the circumstances were that you were into it or if you were fresh to it. You're still taking them? That's great. I wish I had started an instrument at a young age. I definitely did not, and I feel like I missed the opportunity. I did get to play cello a little bit, not quite as an adult, but when I was in high school. I say that like it was a long time ago. I guess it was a long time ago. Can still barely read a sheet though. Reading sheet music is hard. I feel like there are some things that I wish we could like go back in time and use like our big developed brains to figure out. Some people do really well practicing with that sort of stuff when they're young, but some people just understand it better, right? When they're an adult and their brain like fully functions the way it's supposed to. Reading music is hard. Okay, so they did put these together for me, but like, it's not lubed. Why are these assembled? Okay. Maybe they thought it was more convenient to assemble it that way. So now I'm afraid that like if these were manufactured together instead of just like randomly matched together, maybe it won't work as smooth if I break up the different ones. So I guess I'll just have to take them one at a time, break them down, lube them, and put them back together. That's kind of annoying though. Okay, so maybe I'll do it in groups. How about that? We'll list everything in groups so that I'll know what goes with what, and then hopefully we'll figure it out. So they gave me, is this the 6.5? Why would they put this with the 6.5? If this is a TKO, then, Okay, so it's compatible. 6th grade is when I learned to play clarinet. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, they stopped teaching music at 3rd grade for me, so I just knew the names of the notes. 6 years of playing, that's cool. It was like 3 years ago for violin, I think 2 years. That's dope as hell, to be completely honest with you. I think that's super awesome. Okay, so there's a couple of different layouts that I can do for this. I can do 6.5 spacebar, but I don't think I'm going to. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Here we go. So let's take these apart. I'm gonna do them in groups and try to like, oh well, I'm not gonna use that one. And try to, I don't know, like manufacture, like machine manufacture this in a way. Assembly line, there you go, that's the word I'm looking for. So we're gonna do all of these in pieces, but like one section at a time. So I'm gonna do all the housings first, then we're gonna do all of these here, the bits on the inside, and then we'll do the wires. So I just have to remember to keep them organized this way so I don't mix anything up. 16th note at 160 BPM. That's crazy. Okay, before I get started doing anything, I do want to swap this music. As much as I enjoy my BGM, I would like to hear something else. So let's get a little, I have no clue what that link is, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna click that. Also, I have my music picked out for this stream, to be completely honest. Oh, marching band. Marching band is so chaotic though. Marching band is so chaotic. I don't know if that's like where I'm going with this. By the way, this is Kubo music for anyone who hasn't heard of it before. I'm just gonna put the whole link in here just to make things easier. Not necessarily a friend of the channel, but a pretty well-known channel. I think a lot of VTubers use Kubo music stuff. Yeah, we love Kubo in this house. How is the music for you guys? Let me know if it's too loud, if it's too quiet. I think I have the desktop stuff turned down just because when I do games, usually it's super duper loud. It's good. It's good, Weapon X. Okay, cool. So we'll keep it right there. All righty ho. Okay, we did our music. We've got our pieces. So I guess we'll start getting the thing done. Okay. I feel like I forgot something important. Did I hydrate before stream? Probably not. I doubt it. Okay. Is music playing right now or am I hallucinating? The music is playing. Can everyone hear the music? Is it just Weapon X that can't hear it? Or that can hear it? If it's too quiet, I can turn it up. But I want to make sure I'm not, like, ruining anyone's eardrums, you know? I'll creep it up just a little. Okay, you guys can hear it? Okay, cool. So you might be hallucinating, Denko. I'm glad you caught me before. I like creeped it up just a teensy tiny bit. Let me know if that's too loud. All right, let's do it. Let's get started on these stabs. I don't know about these wires. I haven't tested these wires at all. Wires are always the bane of my existence when I'm building boards, so. Oh, man. So, I've had a couple people ask where I have been. I've spoken to just a couple of folks. My neighbors are literally playing their shit so loud I cannot hear your music at all. Oh, no. I'm so sorry you have shitty neighbors. So, where has Lumi been? These are important questions. Like I said earlier in the beginning of stream, I've mostly just been living life, and that involves doing a lot of things outside. I've only been streaming a few years at this point. So like, I guess what I'll say about that is I go out a lot. I touch grass very often. I feel like the story of a lot of VTubers is kind of like they're stuck at home. They don't do a lot anyway. So most of their lives are online and their friends are online. So they take time to just sort of develop another hobby that's online. And that used to be the case for me when I was younger. I ran like an RP forum for like 7 years and met a bunch of friends on it. It was a mixture of people online and people that I knew IRL. But once I like started going to college, that was like crazy. Everybody had stuff to do. Everyone was doing other things. And the result was essentially like the disbanding of the online thing. This was like before Discord or before, did I loop this one already? No, I didn't. Before Discord and stuff like that, people were like on forums where you have to like actually go back online to check and see if people have replied to you. You don't get like, you could set up an email to notify you, but it wasn't the live sort of notification app thing that we have now. Like the technology that exists right now is like wild. My entire life is online right now. I cannot imagine that, at least for me today. I can imagine it happening. It's just, I do so much stuff outside. So, in August, I went to visit family, which is like not out of the ordinary in any way. I feel like that's very typical. People go visit family sometimes, or even just friends or people they like or whatever. So that was fine. Then the school year started and things got like super duper crazy. I mentioned having a funeral to go to. That definitely happened. I didn't get to enjoy Spooky Month the way I wanted to. I usually go to tons of events for Spooky Month, but I only went to, I think, like 2 parties, and they were like very small. Lumi is how I know that the outside world is still real now that I have blackout curtains. I know that you have sensitivity to light, so it just is the way it is. But what I can tell you is that now that I have blackout curtains is a wild end to a sentence. So yeah, I went to a couple of parties. I got dressed up. But they were really small. Usually I do really big things for the Halloweens, like big event parties. Last year I went to basically an 8-story, I guess like they would call it a malevolent spiritual event. But basically it was like a sideshow attraction that had different things on all of the 8 floors. If I had a job, I would have more of a life, but my boss told me after 2 weeks of working there that they don't need me. Got paid at least. Well, yeah, so I'm glad that you got paid, but that still sucks. Christ. Wait, that sounds cool. Actually, yeah, the 8-story thing, it's pretty dope. It was great. I don't want to like name the event because I feel like if I do, people will be able to dox where I stay. I'm not like super duper worried about it right now or anything, but just for the sake of not being reckless on the internet. But yeah, it's a dope event. Costumes are mandatory. And the setups that they have, some of the attractions are free. Some of them cost like a couple of coins to participate in. Most of the stuff there is free though, I think. Did I do this one? Yes, I did do this one. They had a quote unquote spirit train up there, which was basically like a bunch of golf carts that they chained together, and they had a couple of people running them with like a heavier cart in the front. And it's a dope ass ride. That's like on the top floor. I loved working in the fish shop too. Work was simple and people were cool. Those jobs are always great. When you can just do the thing, you know how to do it. No politics with other people. You don't have to navigate around them. It's the job needs to be done. Are you doing the job or are you not doing the job? Those are good. I wish that those types of jobs actually paid more, because they are simpler than having to socially engineer your way around people. That stuff is rough. Okay, so we've done all the casings. Let's do our little slidey pieces here. But yeah, so Halloween was cool. I've gone on a couple of quote unquote adventures to like just side attractions and things in my city. I have pretty adventurous friends that like to go do adventurous things. A good example of this is at some point this summer, we went to an oddities expo, which is like basically a showroom that they set up with like a lot of shops that just sell like cool, I don't know, like antique odd items. So like taxidermied animals and vintage or like fantasy themed clothing. Some interesting things I found out there. Oh, that doesn't go there. These pieces I'm not as worried about being interchangeable. But yeah, doll houses that have been like customized and things like that. Interesting, just like contraptions and machines and stuff. Oddity stuff is cool. I still had to deal with customers, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so they're cool. Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes being in the middle of nowhere means everyone's bad, but sometimes it means everyone's good, so that's nice. Small town life is something I've grown up in a big city. I've lived in big cities all my life. I'm not sure if I could stand living in a small town. It's been something I've thought about very often. Let's see. I've done some fancy tea room activities since then. I'm skipping past like all of the weird work related things that have been super stressful just because it's just a lot. I don't like talking about things being terrible on stream if I can. But yeah, just a lot of things. I took a mental health day for the first time in like several years and went exploring in my city with a friend just to see like what type of places were around. That was also fun. Just trying to get in fun where I can. My brain has been like super shitty. I haven't been able to do writing or hobby stuff in a while. So I've been trying to like scramble to do things for myself where I can. Just like visiting family and friends. Some of the cool events I've gone to have just been like small parties, so I'm not sure how to describe them, but they've been super interesting. Like people were allowed to dress up or dress weird and things like that, and that's super dope. On the downside of things, just to mention really quickly, work has been very intense is what I'll say. So just the amount of like having to work overtime. For those of you who don't know, I mentioned it earlier in stream. I work in education, right? So I'm helping students all the time. And that's not necessarily a job that stops. Like when you clock out, students still need things, you know? I have a lot of staff members that are having trouble adjusting to some of the new stuff. So I've been like kind of a leader trainer at work. And that also comes with a lot. It's just life has been lifing, generally speaking. So when I am not feeling well, or if I don't have time, or if I'm stressed out, I actually try not to stream because I just feel like I would be a terrible host. Recently I did come across some like a cool show that I actually had time and energy to watch. I don't know what service it's on, but it's called Pantheon. I don't know how new or old it is. I have a feeling it's probably old. If I came across it, it's probably old. I never watch anything on time. I'll tell you that much. But Pantheon was a dope series. There's a season 1 out for it. It's giving Matrix, but it's not exactly that. The premise of the series is like everyone lives kind of like in a more developed version of now with tech and everything. And some company basically figured out how to upload a human consciousness into like a computer. And how they do it is super shady. So it's basically the mystery of kind of like the Ghost in the Machine sort of thing, with ordinary everyday characters figuring out, like stumbling on the big plot and trying to figure out what they're going to do about it. It was really dope. Oh, that could never go wrong, I'm sure of it. Oh, yes, obviously it goes wrong. But the way that it goes wrong, I think is very interesting in how they do it. I feel like a lot of sci-fi, science fiction stuff tends to look at the dangers of machines as a thing that could target humans or is like the next step for humans. And this sort of has that in a way, but they focus a lot on the connections between technology and how humans shape technology, like the actual human component of it. There's a couple of different storylines. I can't get into the details of them without like risking spoilerage, but they try to tackle the issue from lots of different standpoints. So we get the standpoint of the people who want the best for the future, people who wish that the future wouldn't come, people who are like just being forced to recognize that like once you open that door, right, you can't stop it, and like how to adapt to it instead. It answers a lot of questions that I don't often see addressed. And it definitely takes the approach of like, once you get to technology, you have to figure out how to deal with it, because you can't, put the genie back in the bottle, so to speak. But they do it in a more cooperative sort of way than usually what I see in most media. Usually you get like, yes, all tech is evil, right? But they're a little more nuanced in how they try to deal with it. The human connection to how the tech is shaped is like super pronounced in that show, and I actually love that a lot. So that was nice. I think I watched that like this weekend, actually. It's super recent. I have not had time. But I am super duper happy to have watched that. I thought it was so enjoyable. I actually binged it all overnight and then had to work on not enough sleep the next morning. It was not a great idea. Don't be like me. Denko, I know you're just going to stay up late anyway, so it just is what it is. But everyone else, don't be like me. It was a good show, though. I have to catch up on Arcane. I haven't had time to watch that, so that's been a whole thing. I really thought I wasn't going to like Arcane season 1, but I loved it a lot, and I need to get back into it, honestly. Not Dinko with the smiley face. Yeah, it do be like that, don't it? Yeah. And then there's like other stuff happening. I have one friend that has like a kid, and you know what I should do? Actually test these. I should actually test these for real. But yeah, I have a friend that has a kid, so that's been like a whole thing. One of my friends lost their job, so that's been a whole thing. Life has just been lifing everywhere. I've been called to be a friend in several different cases. Oh God. Oh God, that sounds terrible. I don't know how I feel about the fact that these stabs came like pre-assembled, but they're like not well balanced. Like, Neo, I need you to get it together. You can't just give us stabs and then like, this makes no sense. You can't give us stabs and then just not balance them like literally at all. That's kind of crazy. So we're going to be struggling with this for a while. I can tell you that right now. If you've got any weird questions or confessions, now would be the time to throw them in there. That is significantly better. I will take that. I'm not even about to argue. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Why is the execution on a guy with a candle holder so cool? What on earth are you talking about? A candle holder? Please enlighten me. That sounds super interesting. Oh, that's so close to sounding perfect. I got a little bit of rattle on that right side though. You've heard of new balance. Now get ready for no balance. That's exactly what this is. Let me look and see, where is it bent at? It is in fact lifted a little too high. What I can tell you is when I used to build boards by myself before I started streaming, I used to almost cry trying to balance these types of things on my own. I'm so glad that I was able to get these. These are like Geon brand stabilizer adjusters. People were like using hollowed out pens and all kinds of stuff for these. But the fact that tools exist help a lot. These are metal, so it's always more difficult to bend these without going too far. Even if you're using like, I've seen people use syringes. I've seen people use like pens with the ends taken off. And it can be done. It's just at great struggle. Pliers, I've seen people use, like get 2 pliers. But at that point, you're just handling so much. You're basically juggling everything. It's so close. I'm playing a game called, oh yeah, I know Blasphemous. I love Blasphemous actually. But candle holder just did not make the association for me. There are a lot of candles in Blasphemous though. How are you liking it? An enemy is using a big candle holder thing. Yeah. The candelabra dude, yeah. And the execution for him is sick. Yeah, granted, all the executions so far are cool. Yeah. Blasphemous. I actually have a friend, Vesper Noir, who not Vesper Noir. Oh my god, that's the Hololive. Vesper the Bat, right? He recently like finished. I'm pretty sure he finished it. And I went back to watch the VOD. He was like cleaning up stuff at the end. So far, I really like it. I like it for like $10. Blasphemous is so fun. I need to get back to playing it. I am so shit at those games. I might have to like practice on my own to see if I can actually become better. Perfect. Okay, so what we're not gonna do is fuck with that. I'm not arguing with these stabilizers. We're gonna do them. They're gonna work. And when I get something good, I will leave it as a good thing. Okay. That's not making much noise. Is it actually flat? That's the real question. It isn't. This is not flat. It's bowed in the middle. Also, very cool. I haven't finished it. Death's Gambit Afterlife. I haven't heard of that either. Yeah, I've watched a couple of playthroughs of Blasphemous. And I do think I bought it to support the... I'll have to double check my Steam. I either bought it for myself or I bought it for someone else to help support the dev. But that game is cool. There's also a sequel to Blasphemous, actually, if you like the gameplay. The sequel goes hard as well. Not quite as hard as the original. I feel like it's hard to top the OG. Ooh, some very, very, very slight tick on the other side. Like super duper slight. So obviously that means that I'm gonna go overboard and fuck it up, obviously. So let's see. I tried to do that like as slight as I could. Yep, no. I definitely fucked it up. Oh no. Okay, is it the bar that's the issue though? And I do think I overbent it. I do think I overbent it. Oh, good Lord. How is it possible to overbend it twice in the same area? Please. I've barely touched it. I've literally barely bent it. I actually just need this to chill out. Okay, they're both like super, super slightly bent. It's, I see. We're just gonna have a time with this one. The spacebar is always the most troublesome, to be honest. Okay. It's quieter. This is a little better. But it's not like 100% better. These bend so easily. I used to use Owl Labs. And this is like the same company, but like a different brand underneath the company. I used to use Owl Labs' stabilizers for these, for my boards. But they're so expensive. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to ruin it, I'm sure. But I just want to try. That actually looks more even. I know you can't see it from the same view that I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from the side to see if anything's obviously lifted or anything like that, because that's helpful to know. There's still some rattle though, which is a little crazy because it's like actually straight. Actually straight. I'm not a fan. Quieter. That one's good. That right side, just a little more. I only fought 2 bosses, tutorial, and that one I think is supposed to be the first boss. Yeah, the tutorial boss is the first boss. The angle on this one is still down just a little too much. Nope, it's definitely this side. That's the problem. Oh, shoot. I did not lift that up straight. Well. Okay, here we go. A bit better. This is just like a game of seesaw, but like the stake of your keyboard depends on it. One day they'll figure out how to make perfect stab wires. Okay, cool. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. I think I got that as close as I'm gonna get it. Also, did anyone make any Black Friday purchases? I also missed that. Oh God. Oh God, that sounds horrible. That sounds the worst. And if so, oh, that also sounds bad. What did you guys blow your money on for Black Friday? For those of you that actually have pockets, you know. for once, for the first time in a few years, I did not actually spend all of my money on keyboard things. Actually, let me look. Okay, yeah, that's up a little too high on the right. So let's boop, boop, boop. Does DTE count? Oh, man. If they offered you a Black Friday deal, I'm willing to say it counts. I know exactly what you're talking about. I would argue that bills count. If you need them to live comfortably, I would say that definitely counts. Yeah, that's a tough time. With the weather getting cold, that also changes things for me too. Like, I don't think that I have seasonal depression in the way that a lot of other people have it, but I do think that it affects, like, the winter weather affects the amount of energy that I have. It is really tough having energy to be excited about things when it's cold. Ah, so close. Both of these are actually flat. So that's a little frustrating. This side is silent. This side is wobbly. The keycaps that I put on that board I showed you, the hacker theme, was pretty much the only keyboard related. The only keyboard related purchase I made for Black Friday, which is very good for me. I've gone very ham on all the boards for the last 3 years. I gotta, like, get back to being a responsible adult. What is going on with this? They look flat, but they are still rattling and making noise. Let's see. Okay, I adjusted that like the tiniest little bit. It is quieter. That was better. I think my hand was just too heavy. Okay, let's see. That is so quiet. It's like almost perfect, but it has like just a very slight tick. I can hear it though is the problem. So I know if I can hear it with it just being flat on this, I'm gonna hear it in my board. Too much. Too much. I can tell it's too much because now the other side is rattling. Nothing sucks more than like a rattly board. I can tell you, like, there have been times where if I can tell how shitty the spacebar is for me specifically, it makes it hard to use the rest of the board. It's so quiet. I feel like it just needs like the smallest micro adjustment, and I just suck so hard at doing that. Just found my first actual boss. Never mind. Which boss is it? Do you know the name? Oh, this is such an upbeat jam. Speaking of jams, a thing I discovered, I got into chiptune music. I didn't even know that so like I've heard of chiptune music before, but I think I more than anything have seen like, I don't know, like the MIDI file style chiptune music. And I mean, I've always been a fan of that genre of music, but I didn't realize there was a whole community behind it, really. Looks like a Wendigo thing. It's so slight. I'm going to give up in a moment and just roll with that very slight rattle. If it's not egregious, I might just deal with it. That's nuts. Oh no, somehow I've messed it up. Nothing is good anymore. Oh no. That's so unfortunate. I feel like I'm just here doing my best, guys. And this wire is determined. I got through 3 of them, okay. And this wire is just determined to give me a bad time. Okay, so I died. Yeah, I mean, get used to dying. It's blasphemous. Speaking of games, I recently played through a visual novel called Sorcery by Steve Jackson. Steve Jackson is the guy that does the Munchkin games. Okay. That's as perfect as I'm gonna get it, I think. That's actually pretty good. Let me look and see how flat this is. Oh, cute. Did you enjoy the VN? Yeah, so it's not like a standard Japanese VN. It's giving very D&D, which makes sense because Steve Jackson's games are all based on D&D in some way. Munchkin's based on D&D. So this game is too. It surprised me how fully fledged this game was. Like, oh, that game you cheat at running. And I really liked it though. It's very forgiving. You get the opportunity to try again instead of losing all your progress and stuff. All right, that's stabilizers. I think we're good. But basically it's just like you are a fledgling sorcerer who's on a quest to try to find this mythical artifact called the crown. It was made by like trolls and giants and stuff out of like some fable kind of material. And it's basically used to control folks. I feel like that's the sense that you get at the beginning of the game, although your character has to kind of put the pieces together later. Maybe a minor spoiler. But they pretty much let you know, like, the king of your land needs the crown to try to quell all of the crazy shit that's going on in the neighborhood, so to speak. So the game is pretty much you going to distant lands and talking to people to try to figure out how to find this crown. But the game is broken up into 4 parts. Sorcery is a 4-part game. Do you get to do the sorcery? Yes, absolutely. Your sorcery is, you learn like some basic spells at first. Some spells require items that you can get from like different scenarios. Some of them you can buy if you manage to keep your gold. Some of them you have to like be gifted for doing favors or, you know, solving different puzzles and stuff like that. It's a pretty dope game. I had a fun time. It's giving very D&D. So the characters are all kind of like mythical, witches, demons, other sorcerers who used to be famous back in their day. The world definitely has, it like lives and breathes without you, is the sense that you get in the game. You're just a small piece of the setting. So you're interacting with the world, right? You are not the world, the way that it feels in a lot of games and a lot of VNs. Why cast sorcery when you can just be so awesome that you're magical? I wish that this game allowed you to do that, but this is like a very the world itself is pretty brutal. If you pick the wrong options right after you leave on your journey, you can get kidnapped by elves and they will run everything you own. And then you have to do the rest of that part without any of your items or golds. And if you do not have gold, you will not have a place to sleep. And you'll lose stamina, which are like the hit points of the game. There's also battles, too. You fight things in this game. Combat's not the main portion of the game, but you can and do fight things. It is very serious. Vesper, I'm so happy to see you. If you can manage to keep your goal a challenge and a threat. Kidnapped, I'm listening. Yeah. Basically, the elves in this universe are kind of like more old legend traditional elves, like squat, short, long limbs and faces kind of deal. And they have a neutral at best relationship with most humans. So the ones that you find in the wild absolutely do not mind taking advantage of you or trying to. When you get kidnapped, it's not great. They literally just take your stuff and then like throw you outside. You can avoid it if you pick the right options or use the right things, say the right things. But you have to actually think. I'd say this isn't quite a puzzle game. It's a VN for sure, but you can use your brain, your big brain, to actually figure out what options are best. There are also some spells that can help you figure out what options are best. I've been lurking but quiet, having a day 2 of a headache. Oh no, Vesper, I'm so sorry. I hope your headache clears up soon. Headaches are no joke. They're very distracting and inconvenient. Some headaches are like, you can't even do anything except curl up in a blanket and turn all the lights off. I hope you recover ASAP. How you are describing it reminds, it's not quite Fear and Hunger. Fear and Hunger is not forgiving. I will say this game has a mechanic where you can do your fights over if you want to, and you can go back and like make decisions and explore the other decisions, like to see what the outcomes are. The game does allow you to do that. So you can kind of choose if you want to play hardcore or not. If you want to go back and see like, oh, well, what would happen if I chose this or if I said this instead, you're allowed to do that. The game gives you like full reign to explore its options depending on how seriously you want to do things. You can die in this game too, but it will let you go back a little bit before you're like, not as far as you can go if you're not dead, but it'll let you go back a little bit to alter some things before you try whatever the scenario is again. Because you can die in more situations than just fighting. You can be poisoned and things like that. It's a very, like, I would say it's a softer Fear and Hunger vibe. Oh no. I've stained my mat. No. I can wash it out later, but still. What's the name of the game? It is literally Steve Jackson's Sorcery. If you search sorcery with an exclamation point, you will find it. I played it 2 nights ago. So like there's a bundle. Parts 1 and 2 come together in a bundle, and then there's parts 3 and 4. I played through parts 1 and 2 almost nonstop when I started it because I really wanted to see what was happening. Fear and Hunger it relies a lot on RNG. I'll say that much. This game is a little more structured. Fear and Hunger does have a lot of structure, but it does also run on a lot of RNG too. That game is in fact trying to kill you. The cruelty of the game is part of the game. I feel like in Sorcery, the cruelty that exists in the game is part of the world you're interacting with more than it is part of the game. The game itself doesn't want you to fail. Yeah, actively hates you. Ditko put it best. It actively hates you, actually. And I mean, it hates you because Fear and Hunger. The gods hate you. The gods hate everything. Everything in that world is like the most selfish option ever. I feel like in this game, in Sorcery, there are in fact good people. It's just not a lot of them. There was a moment in the second game for sorcery that did actually remind me of Fear and Hunger, I will say. There is a point where after you sneak into a town, if you sneak, because there are different ways to get in, you can hear dogs barking in the distance, and I am so sure that you would encounter them if you loitered around long enough. Luckily, there's so many things to do that unless you're loitering around on purpose just to see what happens, there's no real way. It's not gonna happen, honestly. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. The characters are interesting. It's a bunch of old-timey illustrations. I think it's based on a book series, actually. So some of the illustrations from the book series are like part of the world, and the characters and things like that. It was fun. I put way too many hours into that game. I fell asleep playing it 2 nights ago, and then woke up and was like, you know, I'm gonna stream soon, but I'm gonna beat this first. Not the dogs. And then there's Dark Souls. The game hates you and it tells you to your face. I actually don't think Dark Souls hates you. I think the setting of Dark Souls hates you. But I would actually put Dark Souls into more of a category similar to sorcery. There are characters in Dark Souls that actively help you on your mission. And I mean, like, it's more that actively want to help you than actively harm you. At least in terms of the NPCs. Like, as harsh as Dark Souls can be, the world in that game yearns for peace. So you do encounter characters that support you on your quest. Fear and Hunger, I feel like every time anyone helps you, it's circumstantial or you're trading, right, for something useful to that person. Or it's like for safety reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll travel with you because I'm injured. I literally only have one arm. And if I try to go through this dungeon by myself, I'm probably going to die. So yeah, I'll travel with you. That's very different than like, oh, I see you've come to my house and you helped me complete this chore. So here's a couple of pieces of gold. What I'll tell you is that sorcery doesn't tell you which is the thing. It's very D&D in the sense that you have to make educated guesses about what things mean. And if they're worth checking out. It's giving role perception from your DM, but for like the whole game, basically. Solaire is different. He's just better at Onion Man. Yes, Onion Man. I say the director hates you. I don't think so. I tried Bloodborne once. They're such beautiful games, though. So, like, don't get me wrong. Those are not the type of games that I enjoy playing. However, I just want to say that the games do have kind of like a rhyme and reason to them. They just don't tell you what it is. The game wants you to figure out how it works so that you can stop being punished by the game. I don't think that a lack of telling you how the flow is, or you having to figure it out yourself, is necessarily being hated. It's just difficult. Honestly, Fear and Hunger and also the entire Dark Souls series are so misunderstood in wildly opposite directions, and it's hilarious to me. Yeah. Or you're Darcy. Yeah, you're Darcy. You're horny for Lagarde. You're correct. You are correct, Vesper. That Darcy's experience is completely different than everyone else's. Oh, I would have loved Bloodborne. I just couldn't get past it. It's the same for me. Panda! Oh my gosh! Hello, hello, hello! How are you, Panda? How are you doing? Panda is a friend of the channel. Please, friend, tell me how it is that you're doing. I know I've been gone for a while, but you have a lot more things going on health-wise and whatnot than me. So hopefully things have become more stable. The director says he doesn't play any of his games. Maybe he's better at planning the games than playing the games. Some people are better planners. Not every architect can physically build the building, right? They just understand the concept that goes into building a building, and like actual construction workers have to do the rest of the work. Oh no, there's purpose, but finding your own is important. Yeah, I agree. Well, the world itself doesn't really have one. But I agree that you have to find your own. Yeah, the world itself doesn't have one in Dark Souls because part of the plot is that, right? But no, he wants us to suffer. I just don't think so. I think he wants you to suffer affectionate. Like that's the tone indicator. I want you to suffer so you can get better, you know? I want you to learn how to play this instrument, even if it means you're going to develop calluses and get, you know, scars on your hands, because the end result will be something truly remarkable, right? I feel like that's the point. Yeah, the point of the game is to literally remind you that in your darkest hour, even when the world itself is slowly giving up on itself, you are not alone and you can still struggle and fight and succeed. That's my personal interpretation with the things that I've consumed about the game. It's just not my type of game, so it doesn't benefit me to play it at all. But let me tell you, I've binged many hours of lore content and gameplay content for those games. Hello, love. It's been a minute. I'm actually on a small break to take care of Mama Panda. I'm glad that you're able to take a break. And well wishes to Mama Panda. I hope that things become more stable or recover soon. It's been a rough time for everybody. I think 2024 has just been rough, generally speaking. The world is literally dying and rotting every cycle. Yeah, every cycle the fire gets more dim. Yeah, delaying the inevitable. Sure, but think about how we got here that way. Like the world with the flames dying is not the natural state of the world, right? It got that way because of a catalyst, right? That's not how things were supposed to go. You can't live forever, and someone attempting to do that is what fucked it up for everyone. If you're dying, your purpose isn't really there. I don't think so. Purpose is like a personal thing, so you can still have purpose if you're dying. It depends on your mindset. If you're not the type of person to have purpose when you're dying, then that's your mindset. And I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. I'm just saying there are other possibilities. Some people do continue to feel like they have purpose even when they're dying. The moment 2024 gets put into the coffin, I'm pissing on the grave. Yeah, that's rough. Well, yeah, the world doesn't have a purpose. We do. We are not the world. Yeah, you know what? I agree with you there, Ski. I agree. I can say I have my purpose. I will simply refuse to go hollow even if the light is flickering. As someone who backhands Mesmer for fun, the world has a purpose. I think they're speaking like in general. I agree that kind of like the world is a setting, but in Dark Souls specifically, I feel like the lore indicates that the races who were put there, right, had purposes in terms of how the world was supposed to be run. The lore kind of indicates that. But generally speaking, I agree, most worlds don't have purpose. Usually what you're looking for is to give the world purpose by being in it. Okay, let me see real quick, because we finished with the stabs. Yeah, I think everything is pre-installed in the case and on the board, so I shouldn't have to do very much other than mount these, put the switches in and whatnot, and then figure it out. Okay. They're talking about installing these stabilizers, so we'll see how that goes. What else do I have to do? Okay, I actually have to go get my switches that I'm gonna put in here. Let me look at this really quick. Hello! How are you doing, Clownfish? How are you? Whether or not your setting acts as a character has to fit the story. You are correct, Vesper. And it depends on the story, yeah. Mama Panda's doing better. I'm so glad to hear that. Personally, I'm doing all right. My plethora of ailments I have calmed down for the most part. Yay! Actually cooking up some fun stuff for future things. Ooh, I miss you as well. Life has been kicking my ass. So at this point, I'm just gonna kind of guerrilla stream whenever I can. I was trying to maintain a schedule, but working for a school is not for the faint of heart. I have to do so much like digitally and face to face with different people. It's draining in like several different ways at once. Doing good. How about you? Things are stable for right now, but like I may have to move soon, so I don't know how long things are going to be stable for. We'll see. Oh my gosh, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Okay. I'm going to take a short break really quick just to go grab switches and do some hydrating. 'Cause I do not have anything for hydration here at all. And I think I need to remedy that. So let's do that. I will BRB. I'm back. Hello, everybody. I see Denko has a lot of feelings about Dark Souls. I ended up deciding to do tea instead of water for my hydration beverage because I was feeling kind of cold. Thank you. I did want to add for Clownfish. We're building, well, I mean, it's on the stream title, but I did want to actually just say to you personally that we're building the QK80 M2. I got it in pink. Sorry, I'm ranting about Dark Souls because I'm a nerd. By the way, loving your nails. Thank you. I do actually like these. I am a big fan. For anyone that doesn't know the lore, I used to paint my nails myself, but they break whenever I'm building boards because I'm dealing with a lot of metal and like thick pieces. So it's just like a lot of pressure and stuff. So I started getting my nails done for that. Now I'm known for having pretty nails while I build boards. Oh, that tea is too hot. I'm gonna burn my tongue. Okay. So we're gonna install these stabs first. So let's do that. I think I wanted to go with Sangan bottom row. So that's gonna be 7U, and then some stuff on either side with like a 1U 1U supers or Windows keys. I'm trying to make sure I say this in a way where like if someone's watching the VOD, they'll actually understand. So basically these two keys are gonna be longer, and then we'll have like a really like a normal sized square button here and here for the Windows keys. I feel like that's the simplest way to describe it. I tried to describe Sangan bottom row to a friend of mine, like IRL, and they were just like, what? They were just like, what? Why does it have a special name? I don't understand. And I was like, I mean, it's just a name for the orientation. It's very similar to how different layouts for things have names in other hobbies or topics at all. So I've been self-conscious about explaining keyboard things to people lately. I will say something that's super cool. I didn't think anyone that was into boards would move over to Blue Sky, but that appears to not be the case. Where are my tweezers? So I can squeeze that without having to exert my own shoots. Where did I put my tweezers? I know for sure I dumped them somewhere and then 100% forgot. I got it in there. It's so close. Get in. No. I don't want to have to actually squeeze with my actual, there we go, with my actual hands, because that's going to be crazy. And I would like to have the tweezers for the little edge pieces also as well. Not these. Where did I put my tweezers? No, not there. Not there. I swear I just had them. Oh, they are in here. They're buried at the bottom. Okay. At least I'm not a crazy person. Oh, I've been cooking more over the last few weeks and my tongue has been burnt nearly every time. Oh no! That's actually the worst. Because not only is it hard for you to taste on that portion of your tongue, it's like, it's sensitive. It hurty. It hurty. I'm not a fan of hurty things, to be completely honest with you. I think most people outside of Denko probably aren't. Oh my God. The question here is, can I actually get this into the frickin' stab? I am notoriously bad at this, actually. I often feel like the tolerances are so tight that I don't actually need to put these in here, but I am not familiar with these particular stabs. These are the Neo stabs. So I don't actually know if they need to go in here for sure or not. Some of like the stabies, I feel don't actually, I'm sorry, not the stabies, the TX ones. Sometimes the tolerances are so tight, I don't think they actually need to be in there. It is definitely not wide enough. And this is flush. I was literally just about to say, but hot sauce is fun in all the ways. No! I can't do hot sauce. I'm a very not spicy person, which is crazy because everyone in my family enjoys spicy things. I get made fun of all the time for saying no spice. That is unfortunately the way of the world. Many cultures are spicy food cultures. Nope, that sure didn't go in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this in here. I struggle every time. Every time. Oh my lord. I don't even know where that went. That definitely snapped and went somewhere over the horizon. And there are like a couple of spares in there, but it's not that many spares. Oh no. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this off screen and see if I can manage to squeeze it in there. If I can, I will. If I can't, I don't know, fam. I might just have to build it without this. Okay, let's see. That is not going in. I can tell you right now, even without you guys looking at it, it is not going in the way it's supposed to. Oh no. That is not happening. I'm gonna be real. I forgot I was here for like 20 minutes because I was locking in RoboQuest. That's okay. Denko, really quickly, can you shout out the Kubo music channel just because I really enjoyed this music? I gotta plug it because I'm enjoying it so much. It is not going in there. I am like 3 seconds away from just saying like F it for real. I feel like my elbow's gonna pop out of my socket trying to actually get this in there. Lumi, I just saw something about keebs on my dashboard. Can I say, yeah, sure. Also, yeah, hold on. It's harder to do when the person isn't actively in chat. Ah, sorry. Oh my God, I'm a mod. We had this discussion before. You should have known that you were a mod. You didn't know you were a mod. Oh, good Lord. Did I drop another stopper? I sure did drop another stopper. That's crazy. Oh, I actually see it this time. Okay. Okay. The problem is that I can't get this into the slot. I'm sure the problem is me. I'm 100% sure. I want to say that with certainty. Depression. Not at flicking me in the head and then flying off in that direction. That's crazy. Nah, you're awesome. It's the keyboard. Thank you, Denko. I'm like really trying to get this in here because the stabilizer bottom actually comes up so easily that having something here to keep it in place would actually be useful. It just doesn't want to go in the slot is the problem. And if I can't get it in there, it's like, did I get it in? Ah, I got it in. Woohoo. Huzzah. Hopefully there's enough of these left over for the other steps. Because apparently I am bad at this. And I don't think I have any extras from other ones. Also, these are thinner than the ones I'm used to as well. So I'm not even sure if I would be able to fit it in there, to be honest. Even if I had extras. The fact that these are so thin makes it hard to actually handle. I hate this. Nope. I see. We're just gonna struggle with this for like 2 minutes for each one. I see that's what type of life we're living today. Something told me I should have considered like pre-installing stabs, but I didn't have the time, unfortunately. Good Lord. What kind of game is RoboQuest? Please tell me, because I have not heard of that before. Actually, at all. Oh, I feel like I was so close to getting it, and then I didn't. And now I've got BDZ all over my fingers. Oh, nope. That wasn't it. Gosh darn it. Please, Stab, have mercy on me. I'm but a humble board hobbyist. Nope. I can like feel when it's not actually going in there. It's so frustrating. Okay, let me see if I can do it at a different angle and get it in there, like off camera. Some things are easier to do when you're not like stretching to be in front of the camera. So let's see what we can get. It's cute, it's colorful, it's kind of fast paced, it's roguelike. Making the struggle board, they're all struggle boards for me. I wish they weren't. You'd think with the number of boards I've built, it wouldn't be a struggle, but I feel like it is every time. Every freaking time. Okay. It's definitely flush. The stab is definitely in there. It is in there to the degree that it is supposed to be in there. Oh, not this other one coming up, though. Hang on. The other side is coming up now, despite the fact that I actually managed to put the thing in there. That's very interesting. Good Lord. This whole stab actually just came up. The one that I just did that I actually managed to get it in just completely came out of the socket. So now I'm trying to get it back in. And it looks like it's too wide. It actually just does not want to go back in there. So now I'm worried about if it actually is supposed to be all the way in. Okay, let's see if I can wiggle this out just a little bit and get this in there. Interesting. Well, that wasn't nice. I almost broke my hand. Again, I kind of don't want to put these in without the little tab things because they do come out really easily. I can tell that the stoppers are actually doing their job. Sometimes the tolerances on these things are wonky, but in this case, I can tell they actually would probably keep this in if I could actually get it in there. That's rough. And of course, now that it's not in there. Yeah, that's tough. I wonder... I don't know if this is a problem anybody else has had with these stabs. And I'm not sure... It's pretty snug in there without them. I'm so concerned about if I should leave these unattended or not. Like, it's coming up, but I would have to exert a bit of effort to do it. I might actually go without these, keep these in the bag, maybe. I'm gonna try like one more time to get them in there, but it's tough. Again, usually when I use other types, the tolerances are so tight I actually just don't need to use these. And I've never had any issues with my stabs otherwise, but getting these in here feels almost impossible actually. Yeah, I might have to just proceed without these, because if they're that snug, then I don't see the point in fighting with the board the entire time if it's that snug off the bat. So maybe we'll get some of these other ones in. We'll test the tolerances on those and see if they need to come up that way. So let's get these in here first. And then we'll see about trying to fit some of these tabs in here. There's a free demo of it. If you like Destiny 2 gameplay, you would like RoboQuest since it's a little faster but familiar. I still play Destiny, actually. I wonder if I can... Oops. Did not mean to push that out. I wonder if I can wedge this in here to widen this a little bit. Make sure it actually stays on the outer sides. Because that is essentially what's keeping it stuck in here, the little wedges on the side. So let's see. Yeah, so let's see if I can get these in here now. If I can, that'll be great. If I can't, I will move on. Nope, that sure didn't go in. Let's see. This almost reminds me of Persona 5 music, actually. This particular jam. Oh man, that is another thing I've missed out on. My Destiny 2 career, speaking of Destiny 2, is like non-existent. Not that I was good at the game anyway, but I haven't really had time to play. I was able to log on during like the last 2 weeks of October. Destiny has like a Halloween event called Festival of the Lost. I was able to log in and do that in October. But that's pretty much been it, to be honest. And I haven't logged in again since then, just because I have not had time. Yeah, it's definitely not going in there. It's like pushing this out, actually. I am attempting my best. My best is not good enough in this case. So I think I'm just gonna have to leave the stabs where they are. Because that's a little nuts, I think, personally. I'm just not willing to fight the board to try to get those in there at the cost of my hands. I dropped D2. It stopped being fun to me. Yeah, that's fair enough. I play with a bunch of friends who are like addicted to the game, so it's very difficult for it to stop being fun to me. For me, the issue is having time. I do not have time for Destiny all the time. I did play the finale though, Final Shapes, to see like the end of the main quest. And that was super fun. I had a really good time with that. They made the last fight like a group effort sort of thing between you and all the other characters and the other Guardians, and that was dope. The way that they worked that into the story, I was super excited about that. Okay, so let's see. I can wind this here. I want to be careful where I'm putting my tweezers. There's so much sensitive metal here. Okay. So they feel pretty secure. They feel pretty secure. And the thing is, because I have so many boards, I don't, that looks crooked. I don't like that. I don't like how that stabilizer bar looks crooked. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think the stabilizer bar is supposed to look crooked across. Is that in there properly? Oh, okay. That's what it is. It's actually not in there properly. Cool. I was like, that doesn't look great. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I was like, their stabilizer wire is not supposed to look crooked. That's not great. So maybe let's not do that. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I stretch these areas to make sure that the stabilizers stay put, since I'm not putting the wedges in there. I think we got it though. Cool. All right, so just 2 more stabs, stabby stabs. The issue for me is that if you want the game to be fun, you need the DLCs or like PvP. I don't disagree with that. You definitely need PvP. Well, here's what I'll say. I like the story, but I don't play first-person shooters. So for me, having a crew of friends is mandatory. I don't like shooter games. So if RoboQuest is a shooter, that automatically disqualifies me probably from playing it, unfortunately, since I don't do shooters. Destiny is basically the only shooter I've played, and I don't think I would enjoy playing other ones, to be completely honest. Okay, and then this is the last stab. The thing that's crazy is putting the rest of this board together is gonna be a breeze. This is definitely gonna be the fastest part of it. the putting like the switches in and everything. Oh, that's not in there all the way. Let me fix this. I can tell it's not in there all the way. I need that to actually sit where it's supposed to. Cool, thanks. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's in there now. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, RoboQuest is a shooter, though half the time you don't need to aim. Yeah, if it's a shooter, I'm gonna have to pass, sadly. I'm not a shooter type of gal. All right. I might try these a little later off screen and see if there's like something I can do with my tweezers to wedge these in there. But they seem stable enough on their own. I think I may survive. So we'll see how that goes. So let me get these back in here. I'm saving them because I can actually take the board apart later if I start having issues with the stabs. We'll see. Luckily for me, once I put boards together, I very rarely take them apart except to do maintenance. So usually taking things out, putting things back in isn't going to be a factor in if these come loose or not. It definitely won't be that. Okay. Where did I put the bag? Literally the baggie I just had. Where did it go? I'm blind, apparently. There we go. I think I may survive. Famous last words said moments before a possible disaster. Definitely knock on wood for sure. Okay. So it says that the foam is optional for this board. So I'm considering not putting any plate foam in here. Sorry, I was hydrating. I am considering it. The thing is, QWERTYKEYS is known for producing certain types of boards that sound a certain type of way. And this is a Neo board, so it's a bit different. But my ears are also very particular, right, about what kind of sounds my boards make, so I'm a little unsure. This is a PC plate, so usually it's a pretty loud plate. I'm considering if I want to, what I may do is do this without plate foam and put maybe like the thin case foam in the bottom and see how that sounds. I've seen a couple of people build this without any type of plate at all, and it sounded pretty good. So we'll just have to see how that works. All right. That looks like how it's sitting right now. Not sure. I mean, that kind of has to be how it's sitting, given the placements for things. There's this area off to the side. That's so interesting. Oh, great. The boss I hate the most, lovely. There's a specific boss that you hate. Why do you hate it? That's what I want to know. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm like doing this correctly. I think I am. So let's get my switch fork out and we'll put some switches in here. If I can find the damn switch fork. Okay, here we go. So I've got a couple of options for switches. I haven't really decided which I wanted to do. So for once, maybe chat assistance. Maybe chat assistance with choice. Okay. I have these CIY Sakuras. They're supposed to be kind of like a deep, thocky sort of sound. And then I also have these, which are the cookies and cream switches. These are linear and have a deep sound, and these are supposed to have kind of like a clackier sound. I think these are also tactile, if I recall correctly. I'm gonna double check because I keep a list of all of my switches and what they do and what they're let's see. Cookies and cream. Yeah, they are tactile. For those of you who might be lurking, who know things about keyboards, the cookies and cream are made from PC and nylon with like a palm stem. And then the Sakura switches are PC with like a proprietary bottom. Yeah. Something about putting the cookies and cream color switches into the soft pink kind of does it for me. Say less, fam. That's what we're doing then. We'll see how it sounds. Hopefully I will enjoy. I don't even know if you can hear this. So they're a little loud. They're a little loud. Okay, let's see. Let's start with these sections here. Not very many boards that I build sound good without foam. I've tested them, but we're gonna try it with this and see what happens. I would like to see what happens. I would be very delighted if this board sounds good without foam, or at least without plate foam. I'm still gonna put case foam in the bottom, but they have like a thinner case foam that can go there. So hopefully that will do the trick to get rid of any resonance if there is any. And then we can take it from there. I see that you get very emotional. I also don't know what I'm going to name this one, guys. I definitely bought this kind of on a whim because it was a good price. So I got to figure out what it is we're going to do, what we're going to name this one. I have no clue what we're going to name this board. Denko, I have named a board after your old name before your rebrand. Perhaps you would like a board named after you after the rebrand. I will say this isn't purple though. It doesn't have that sea foam that you're known for now either. Okay, that's good enough. That'll be interesting. I'm interested in how this is gonna sound when it's put together. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Purple. Did I hear purple? Yes, Denko is a purpley person now. I mean, they were purple before, but they were like more purpley and pink. They were like on the lighter end of like the funky fun spectrum. Now their official colors are a little more dark. Oh, you know what I should do? Should be a little smarter and go towards the inside. And do some of these before I get caught up doing anything at the top. And that should help me be a little better about putting these together. Okay, this goes to the side. I got purple hair. How much purple hair? Is it like purple all over, or did you get it like as a gradient? I was definitely pink purple before. Now I'm like deep green to deep purple. Your highlight purple, or your highlight color looks turquoise to me. Is it supposed to be more green? That is a genuine question, by the way. Not an attempt at a critique. I dyed my hair pink once, actually. I should do it again, to be honest. I'm getting my hair done soon. It should also be purple. I don't know. Something about it being festive for the new year is what I was kind of like planning on. Okay, for the bottom, I gotta check these specs. Because there's certain areas of this board where I have to rotate the switches. Would dye my hair purple for sure, though. Ah, as an OC, IRL, I'm normally just like purple. Oh, yeah. I have characters with all different kinds of hair colors under the sun. No worries. No problemos. So my colors are like a lime green, a cyan. Okay, cyan is what I was picking up. But then a bright gold yellow and then so much purple because purple. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen the gradient of the lime green to like the cyan color. Okay, which one? Okay, so the 7U's go across the top. Yeah, all right, so I should be good. I've been way too much in character lately. That happens. I miss writing a lot. I've been too busy to write. The brain too tired. Okay, which one for the middle? Just so that I know. It's the bottom, okay. So it's this one. Cool, 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 cool. I was telling myself earlier today that I was going to maybe build 2 boards tonight. If I do, oh, I could tell that pen was starting to bend. If I do, I will come back for a second stream. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Instead of like trying to do 2 in a row. I think if I do 2 in a row, I'll like die or something probably. Because we're close to 3 hours, which is about average for me when it comes to building a board. I'm doing a more horror adjacent soft rebrand, and we still don't know if we're taking that into account with colors, so we'll see. That's so exciting. You and the rebrands. I'm about you being more horror-like. At least in like appearance. You've always done horror, right? So to me, it's not anything new per se. It's just more like visually reflecting that, which I totally understand. I've been told by very many people I give off the oh ho 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 villain vibes, which I'm totally fine with. Anyone who knows Fae know that they're tricksters, so I feel like you should feel a little cautious, you know? Just a little bit. That felt like it went in too easy, but maybe it's okay. I don't know if I trust that, but maybe it's okay. Yeah. In appearance, not in content. If I already did horror most, if not all the time, then I can't really do more horror, though I wish I could. At this point, if you wanted to do more horror, you'd have to like, I don't know, start making your own animations and stuff. Which, great idea. Super time consuming and involved though. Odd. I get it though, but odd. I always felt like you've given me deep ara vibes more than the full-on OG Sama laughter. Fair enough. I personally agree with that assessment, but you know, to each their own. To each their own. Okay. So, other than the robo game, I'm interested in knowing what types of games other people have been playing if they've had time. Even if you're not a video game person, what have you been spending your time doing? I am curious as to what the other folks in the world that exist are doing for fun. I mean, I'm finally sitting down and writing all my VN scripts, so yeah. I'm glad that you are being productive. I'm also very jealous that you are currently writing. People exist. Yes. I know that, you know, the theory is everybody's fake. The internet isn't real. I don't know if I believe that, though. Okay, we're more than halfway through home stretch. If this board sounds like ass with the without the plate foam, I'm gonna be so mad. QWERTYkeys is not known for boards that sound good without foam, but they've been getting better with their releases recently. So I'm really, really hoping that this is gonna end up one of the exceptions as opposed to one of the rule. I've heard great things about this board. It seems promising so far. I am just so very anxious about having to take this apart and put it back together again. Hello, stopping by for a bit to enjoy your pleasant voice and passion for the keebs. Yeah. I wanted this stream to actually be me playing a short hike. But I had a stress today, so I decided I was gonna build a keyboard to feel less stressed. Only us exist. Everyone else are robot pigeons. Big pray for no taking apart. Yes, thank you. 16-bit, how are you? I'm so honored that you stopped by. I'm honored anytime you stop by, to be honest. I think it's very lovely that any of you stop by. I've been on hiatus for a while, so I definitely thought I would be streaming to myself for a little while, and I was okay with that. But you guys are so sweet. Let it never be said that people are not kind on the interwebs. I think the today command does have today's build, but I don't mind just updating you. It's not like things are going super fast right now. We're building a board called the QK80 M2. And it has like a fancy screen on it. So we'll have to see how that goes. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I've locked myself in. Let me pull that out. There we go. Much better. Not me locking the plate fork in. Oh. Was a short hike stressful? It wasn't, but trying to configure my computer after not streaming for a long time to like stream and actually share media and audio and all of that, I actually just could not fathom the task of making sure everything was fine before hitting go live. But now that I've, you know, turned this on and things have gone fine, nothing blew up, I might stream it next time. We'll see. Weirdly, I'm tired, but I've been getting plenty of rest. Yeah, the winter time tends to sap my energy a lot. I too have been tired. It's been very frustrating not having the energy to do all the things I would like to do. I'm just gonna stick that right there. Oh, shoots. Get in there. All right, and then my heart wants to do caps, like the stepped caps, But I feel like I do that for so many boards. Maybe this board should just have a single regular cap. A regular caps lock without any drama. Nothing blew up yet. Don't curse me with those types of words. That's crazy that you would put that on me that way. Okay, which one of these is caps? Stepped caps. Okay. So step caps is further frick. Okay, yeah, it's the upper one. So that should be regular caps. I guess we'll do regular caps. We're already here. I've put it in there. My goal is to try to space out which boards have step caps and which ones don't. Sometimes their personalities, the personality of the boards, I'll look at the board and say, yeah, that's a step cap board, or no, not quite. I don't really get the pull with this one so much. Cursing you, it's foresight. I think things will be fine. Usually things are fine when I'm involved. Usually things are fine. Nothing's blown up. I don't think it's going to. And then we've got this last one up here. Oh, this pin is bent. No thanks. Oh, shoot. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do. Oh, you know what? Because this is the pogo pins, right? So instead of a daughter board USB, what this has on here are these pogo pins. So they actually just set down in place instead of you having to hook up a bunch of things. Oh, 4 switches to spare. Good job. All right, let me get the case back out. Also, my goodness, I've missed a lot of messages. I feel so popular. Vesper, to get back to you about the link that you sent me. I do think that's quite unhinged. It's someone's board. And they use different switches for different clusters of keys, which is like not unheard of. But they use different switches for ring and pinky fingers, because I guess they type lighter on those. And then heavier for the middle and pointers. And that's crazy. I do think that finger sensitivity is like a real thing so far as that goes. But the idea of that is nuts. This is the back of the board again for reference. Lumi is very popular and very based and very coded. All I have to say to you is Dinko, please. Dinko, please. I'm not that popular. I 300%, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot that this board was catch lock. And because they gave me the screwdriver, I definitely thought I was gonna have to use it. It's obviously catch ball, but like, okay. Shoot. What was I going to do? Put the gaskets on here. That is what I was gonna do. And the case foam. Here's case foam. What should I do? Should I just do... this case foam. Oh, shoot. I see why I was getting messages. I have a package that was just delivered. Hey, God, Deco. I'll be back to be berated by you in a second. I've got a package to pick up. Hang on. Okay. Package acquired. Okay. Let me put the little gasket things on, and then we'll mount this sucker properly. There's like extra screws in here, but I don't think I'll need those. And there's a foot that I have to attach. There might be more than one. We'll keep these out just in case. It's really these and these screws that I have to put back. These are like extra parts. I love it when they give us extra parts because it means that if I fuck something up, I have extra parts. And I love that for me specifically. Okay, so we have these 6 points here. And the little squares fit there with there's like a little nipple on these. If you can see it, yeah. And the little nip goes face down. This mount is called kind of like spring leaf mount. This was part of the reason why I wanted to get this board. I don't have a proper spring leaf mount board. I think the Corsa board that I have has something similar, but it's not leaf spring exactly. I would have to double check actually. That's like a matrix board. I'll have to double check, but I definitely wanted a QWERTYKEYS board that was leaf spring. And also just for anyone who doesn't know, oh, there's spares of these too. Cool. These are the leaf springs. So like these little metal pieces here, when you push down and type down, it, you know, bounces in this very specific way. It's newer, but it's not 100. It's not like super new. There's definitely been boards that have attempted leaf spring and like to emulate leaf spring before. There's been like, I don't know how else to say it, kind of like jerry-rigged leaf spring, emulations of leaf spring, but this is actual leaf spring. I'm sorry, I'm making sure that the gaskets are lined up properly, since there's little holes on the leaf springs. Okay, so this one's not aligned correctly. Let's figure this out. Why is it? Oh gosh. Okay, I was gonna say, why is this bent? That's not great. Okay, cool. Everything is actually mounted the way it's supposed to be. There's a lot of movement here. You can see it actually on the screen. Usually when I am mounting gaskets, you can't actually see the movement. You guys can see the movement here. It's going up and down quite a lot. It's very bouncy. Okay, I'm back to be berated. You literally tell us every day that you're newly kidnapped. What do you mean you're not popular? And if I could customize a board for real and build it from scratch, I might do some fuck shit like that, to be honest. I agree. The thing is, this hobby is so expensive. The amount of money you would have to pay to get, like, you know what I mean? The amount of money that you would have to pay to get something like that is a little crazy to me. I personally think that switches are too expensive to be mixing and matching them in that way. Oh. Oh, wow. It is, in fact, doing things. Oh, and this has like little... Okay. Let me see if the... Okay. I think it was a little wibbly wobbly. I don't think this is a touchscreen or anything. I have to figure out the screen guide. Let me see. They did provide like a little guide for the screen. So let me see. Okay. Connection. It's kind of already on. We know it's connected. Oh, there's a on switch for wireless. So let me pop that on right now. It's under the caps lock. So that's good. I'm glad I looked at the guide. And then for screen control. Oh, okay. So this. Okay. I want to make sure everything is connected. Right now it's in wireless mode, but I think I could still connect it with wires. Cookie Curls, thank you for following. That's so sweet of you. Let's see. Okay, so wireless mode is here. I'm gonna test the switches super duper quick just so that I can see if they're functioning. Okay, these are all good. These are all good. These are all good. These are all good. All good here. All good here. All good. All good. Backspace and tab. Cool. And these are insert home and page up just because the screen takes up the extra space there. I wonder if the screen will turn back on if I put it on wired mode only. Yeah, okay. So this changes the screen. Oh, look at that. That's cute. Now I wonder if you can change like the color. The thought of having keys that will respond individually how I like them to, low key chef's kiss. I don't even know what I need it for. Yeah, I think it's cute. Okay. So this is super cute. I like this a lot. Let's see. I don't know how. Let's see. How do we even deal with this? There's like different things you can do for this screen. I'm not sure how you can change the color of it, maybe. I'll have to see. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is the screen theme switch button. Oh, it's got like a cyber mode on here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me hold this up so you guys can see it. So that's cute. We've got a couple of other things. So that's like the coding thing. And then there's this cute keyboard cat one with like a little hamster running on the side. I like that. I like that. That's cute. Yeah, little keyboard cat thing. Cool. And then this changes the matrix over here on the right to different themes. We've got like our standard matrix kind of thing. I wonder if this is red just because the board is pink. I severely doubt that we would be able to change the color on that, to be honest. And looking at the guide, it does not look like, it does not actually look like we can change the color. So that's cool. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, and it looks like this isn't just coding. It gives us the time, date. I didn't even notice. I'll have to like go in and try to change the date and stuff to make sure that it's accurate. Because right now the date says like February 29th. That's not correct. Oh, maybe it's like European time. So maybe that's like, I don't know. I'll have to look and see. We'll have to see. But I'll figure that out later. I actually really like this cute pink theme. So let us change the color. Yeah, I have a feeling we can't change the color. I'll double check to see a little later. So let me grab keycaps because we're almost done at this point. This is basically complete. Let me go ahead and take that off. What keycaps do I want to put on this? That's the question. I have a set that I bought for something else, but I think I'm going to use it here, actually. It's one of the SHA sets, which is a different profile than I usually use. I don't know a whole lot about it, other than that with it being HSA, it's probably related to SA. I had done a little bit of research on it before, but I'm going to be honest with you, it was months ago. I do not remember. So let's see if I can get the plastic off and show you guys what it looks like. It's like a pink to purple set. Oh my God, this plastic is everywhere. Can I please pull the plastic off of the top of this? Okay, I had to use my tweezers to actually get it. It's too large for me to put on camera. It's so huge. Hang on, I'll open it up for you guys in a second. So this is the box. It's huge. It's huge, huge, huge. Let me open this up so that I can take that little piece of foam off and show you properly what it looks like. Because this is like a huge container. Okay, so before I start messing this up, this is the set and this is what it looks like. SHA, I think Sunrise Rays? Rays. HSA Rays. That's what it is. Rays as in R-A-Y-S. Oh my God, that's huge. I'm gonna knock my I'm gonna knock my coffee mug over, my tea mug. This is just too huge. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grab these one at a time to put on here. It's too big. Okay. Frick. Even getting these out of here is gonna be. Let me move this mug. Maybe I can try to balance it a little bit on this desk. This is just, it's so wide. It's so wide. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So this is a JTK set. That's like a different keycap manufacturer. But I don't think I have any of their sets, but I've used some of their keycap containers before, and people usually speak pretty highly of them. So, oh wow, they're stuck on, so the keycaps are on these individual things. Come on, focus. Yeah. So that's cool. That's dope. To like stop them from, I guess, like wobbling around. That's kind of cool. I like the idea of that. And they link together in the case. That's dope. Okay. So this is going to be slightly more involved than I thought it was going to be getting these off. But we'll see how it is. I'm thinking I'm going to have to fight with each and every single one of these keycaps, honestly. Which is a little unfortunate. Okay, yeah. It's like not quite fighting with it per se, but it's because they're stuck on the platform. Part of the issue is picking them up without picking up all of, like, each and every single one of the undercap things. That's interesting. And I don't want to damage them either with my tweezers because those are metal. Let me see if I can just get a bunch of them at once. I'll worry about how reckless I'm being later. Okay, so that's F5. This is F4. And there's kind of like a gradient happening here. This is F10. 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure how I picked up 10 that early, but cool, great. We love it. But this is super cute. I actually love this a lot. I was gonna put this on a different board, actually. No, 6, 7, 8. I can count. But this is definitely it. I love this, actually, for real. I've never had keycaps packaged like this before. It's changing my life. Okay. So this should be insert, home, and page up. Good Lord. Goodness. These little things are going to be everywhere. Okay. Home. I almost wish these were packaged regularly because I would have an easier time. I have to be super delicate getting these out, honestly. That's a little crazy. I don't want to throw this container away either. It's a really good Switch container. I wonder if I have any friends that could use Switch housings like this, or like keycap housings like this. Oh, these are definitely double shot, by the way. You can see the color on the inside. This is super cute. Oh, this is definitely based on SA, based on the way that they the curve, like the curve on the keys. I'm gonna try to show you guys really quickly because this first row is kind of done. So if you look, let me angle that correctly. Like, see the slope. These are tall keys, and the slope is a lot. But I like it. This is gonna be too tall for most of the people that I know. Usually when I build a board, I'll go around and show people. And have people test it. I already know the number one thing that's gonna be said here is gonna be like, ma'am, this is crazy work. How do you expect anyone to type on this when it's so fucking tall? And I'm just gonna have to tell them to get good. I'm wrecking this container. I feel so bad. This is such a nicely organized container. For someone that doesn't already, like, that hasn't already found their own solution to storing keycaps, this is a really nice case, guys. And the little square tiles they have underneath these do actually keep them in place. It's pretty neato. Okay. And then 6, 9, 0. I really love this blush pink color right here. I also like how they look against the pink of the board. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this. I thought I was gonna feel super weird about it, but I actually like this a lot. And these have a gradient across here, but then each of the rows is a different color. So that's just like nuts. I love the idea of that. So like, see, this is the lighter pink, and then this whole row is that darker pink. This is hot. I already know I'm gonna love the fuck out of this. And because this was a JTK set, it wasn't as expensive as some of the other sets. I think I got this on sale for maybe $50. Because I think normally these sets are like $99 or something like that. And since I got it on sale, I didn't have to pay full price for it. This was not a Black Friday purchase. It was just a, this store had a sale sort of thing. But I'm glad that I got it. I was going to put this on a champagne color board, because I also have the normal, well, I do have the normal QK80, but this was the Neo 80. And I got it for that specifically. But when I tried to, you know, like pull it out to compare the colors, that board felt too, it felt too neutral to me. Like if it was a warmer champagne. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. Shoots. It's UIOP. I've put so many keycaps on so many boards at this point, I just remember. And so I'm very excited to have this. Okay, I did regular caps lock. So let's start there. Yeah, I think this looks better with regular caps lock. I think the stepped caps would be a little weird. I hate that I have to orient myself so differently. This is such a large container on my desk. This keycap container takes up the space I would normally use to do a whole build. Like, it's most of my desk, which is just insane, actually. But this gradient slaps. This gradient on this board slaps. I actually love this. Oh, F. Do they have scooped keycaps in here? I think they do. They do. It's over here. Okay, so I have to remember to put the other J away. Let me see if I can find the J, actually. Yep. Let me throw that there. This is bomb. I love this shit. This is great. I'm a super huge fan of this. Okay. So we have L and then punctuation and then the enter which is not, there's no novelties on this or anything. It's just a cute color set. So let's see. Oh, shoot. There might have been novelties with this set. I don't think so, though. I definitely couldn't afford to get them at the time, so I didn't, if there was. Oh, I like this. And it doesn't sound disgusting to me, so that's great. I love that. Even without the foam. Because these are glossy, it has kind of like a, I don't know, a plasticky undertone. It's very subtle, though. I don't think you'll be able to hear it on the camera, on the mic. I don't think you'll be able to. But, I can definitely hear it a little bit. But I don't hate it. I feel like these caps are gonna sound like that regardless of what I put them on, but because this is kind of like a clackier switch, it kind of balances it out, I think. Okay, well, interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, those colors are great. Like, now that I'm seeing them on the camera, that's like my shit. This is good. I'm a sucker for sunset, like any type of sunset themed anythings. So this is just actually amazing. I love this. Even if I'm trashing the package they came in. Okay. I found out while I was looking through the guide that I definitely need a function key. So I'm probably gonna have Windows here and then a function here, if there is a such key for that here. I think there might be. We'll see. I think they have like a menu key, so I'll have to use that. And that's fine. Because there's some function stuff that you can do specifically with the screen here. That's a little clackier than I thought it was gonna be. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Should be ZXC. Where's my X? And then V, B, and then N and M, because they're never in the right order on the bottom row. That's how I remember that. I think that's incorrect. Is it? Oh, no, it sure isn't. Maybe it's the X that's incorrect, actually. And also, it sure isn't. Maybe it wasn't pushed down all the way. So let's try this again. Oh, I think it's both of them. That's why, by comparison, it was weird. Yeah. They're both upside down. I was like, something looks off about this row. I can tell it looks off. What is the issue? But I was comparing them to each other and not the rest of the row. Cool. Perfect. Yep, that's better. Okay. And that's our other bracket. And this one is M. Okay, so at the bottom, we've got longer controls. Oh, interesting. They have like pink controls that you can put down there for emphasis if you want, but I like the gradient, so I'm just gonna do this. And then the long one over here. I can hardly reach over there. Okay. All right, so control on the left side. Oh, we do have a 1U function key. Perfect. Come on. We're so close to completion. So close. Okay. And then I need that function. Come out of the container, please. Cool. All right. So we got the function that we need here. I'll have to recalibrate this later so that it actually does do function. Right now, it definitely only does Windows. It is functionally a win. Oh, that's... That definitely sounds plasticky. I don't know about that one, Chief. I might be able to live with it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So now we have arrows, and then we'll be done. That's pretty much it. Where did they put the arrows? Over here. Got it. Everything here is text. There's no icons, so they were blending in with the other keys. Okay. All right, cool. I am going to... Oh, they do have a regular purple, like this row purple shift if you don't want this gradient, but I think I like the gradient, to be honest. What do you guys think? So basically, if I wanted, I could make this shift the same color as these, but I'm not sure if I really want to do that, to be honest. I think I like the gradient being the way it is. Left, down. You also like the gradient? Okay. You know, mostly these are about my pretties looking the way I want, but I do like to have a second opinion sometimes. Okay. This is not currently connected to the computer. I have not gone through and done the Bluetooth pairing, so let me do a little sound testy test since it is not currently connected. Let me get my mic down here. We're going to turn our music down. All right. So hopefully everything's quiet enough. I feel like maybe that's a little too low. I do want you guys to hear it, but I don't want it to sound unrealistic. All right, here we go. I definitely forgot to stop my mouth from moving, but that's okay. That's fine. Alrighty. Were you guys able to hear that? I am willing to do the sound test again if you prefer it to be a little louder. I used to turn my decibels up so you guys could hear it, like add gain to the mic, but I realized that to some degree that's kind of unrealistic because it's not going to sound like that when you type, right? Like your ear is not like close to the keyboard like this, you know what I mean? Yeah, it kind of reminds me of tapping on teeth. Yeah, it's because it's so plastic. Oh, I totally missed the sound test. I can do it again really quick. Gotta do it again, yeah. I will in fact do it again. All right, hang on. Let me get that mic down here. I'll turn it up just a little bit, like just a tiny bit, like just a teensy, weensy bit. Okay, so here we go. All right. Okay, I think that's it. It does have that sort of like typing on teeth thing. It's because of the material these keycaps are made out of. It's always going to sound like just a little teeth tappy. It's that plasticky sound. But I kind of don't hate it really for this. I'm not sure how else to put it. I kind of don't hate it. I'm not sure. It's not so chattery that it sounds like chiclet keys, which is the sound I actually dislike. Don't see HSA too often. Looks great. Yeah, I decided this was my first HSA set. So I actually just wanted to see what it was about. It was on sale. Valor Supply had a sale back in the day, a couple of months ago. Okay, so they gave me these extra feet. Oh, that's cute. Just got a little light there. So these are actually extra. I thought I was going to have to make use of them post-haste. I do not. So let me put these back in here. It's good to know I have extra feet, though. That's always fantastic. So this was the dongle, just to review some stuff. And then this is like a converter and an extra ribbon cable. I'll end up putting the dongle in there because that is where it belongs. But this is a cute little build. I like the screen. I don't regret getting it. This was super duper affordable. If I recall correctly, with shipping, this board was around, was it like close to 200? Because I think the shipping was like the astronomical part, to be honest. The shipping on this was ridiculous because shipping right now anywhere is crazy. If you've gotten anything delivered, especially importing from outside of your country, shipping is crazy right now. I'm looking at the price just to like review it for you guys, like make sure that I'm giving you the right price because it's still up for sale. Yeah, for this board for me, including shipping, it was $238. The board itself was $199 with the options that I picked. This has a PC plate on it, which I think was a good choice since I'm using cookies and cream switches. I think the plasticky nature of these is kind of balanced out by the cookies and cream switches. I actually don't hate how this sounds, and I was really concerned about it. So I like it a lot. Alrighty. Well, that is pretty much it for today's stream. 3 hours and 21 minutes. Not bad. The stabilizers gave me some trouble. The Neo stabilizers. They were not as balanced as I would have wanted them to be out of the pack. And they came with like the little tabs that you put into like between the teeth of the stabilizer housing. However, unfortunately, I couldn't even get it to go in there. I struggled with that for quite a while. Those are not like big things. I feel like those are just sort of issues you feel yourself out for when you're building boards. But I just have gotten used to either the Owl Lab ones or the cherry housings because I have a bunch of those. I forgot that QWERTYkeys always gives you their own stabilizers. I brought out my housing materials and everything because I thought I was going to need them, but I did not. So Huzzah, not a brat board. Yeah, I wouldn't say this was a brat board. I just didn't want to give up before I actually tried. But I like this. Nails, typing on this with nails, gonna be a little difficult, but probably worth it for how this looks. I don't have a board that looks exactly like this. In fact, I only have one other pink board. And that is, I think I have a Wind X. Yeah, it's the original OG Wind X, which is a 65 with like a number pad on the side. And great for office work, but I love these colors. I love these colors. Looking at this brings me joy. It makes me happy. I know pink boards are not for everyone, but I love pink and purple shit. So this is like my shit. I have zero regrets about this HSA, even though I don't see it often. And typing on this has sold me on it. There's a couple of other HSA sets I've been looking at to snag like during sales and things like that. So I think I might pull the trigger on those in the future if I see them. Clexies, I understand what you mean when you say you don't see it too often. I'm definitely going to get at least one more HSA set. I have regular SA sets and they are so tall. They are so tall. This is actually more accessible to me. The only issue I have with this is my nails. My nails make it difficult to type on this, but that's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna stop me. I feel like that typing test was fine. I was able to do a bunch of stuff with it. So once more, for anyone who didn't see, this is the QK80 MK. I'm gonna bring the screen just a little closer, give us a little bit of shade so we can kind of see what's on that screen a little bit. We got this cute cat theme. This is like the meow theme. And then in the corner here, it's hard to see, like it's even harder to see, but there's like a little hamster that goes up a hill based on how quickly you type. It's cute. Tread caution with Vala. They apparently haven't shipped anything since October. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Because the last things that I got from them were in October. I got this in October. Okay. That's good to know. I'll do some investigating for that. That's so unfortunate. They were doing so good. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I've been kind of away from social media for a while. So basically, since I participated in their last sale when I got my cheese board, that's pretty much the last I had interacted with them. I'm a part of their Discord. I'll have to go and take a look and see what the heck's going on. I have no clue what these small pieces are. I'll have to... Oh, they're replacement buttons. I see what they are now. They're replacement buttons for the controls here. Okay, cool. I'll put these right back in the bag to keep safe. And I'll look out for Vala. Because I don't know what's going on with them. They were doing crazy sales. And they were shipping stuff out. So I was kind of wary of them, but people were getting their stuff. Knowing that they're not, that's not going to be great. I've been giving them benefit of the doubt since they always ship, but they take forever. But recent reports have been different. Yeah. Even when I got the cheese board, the estimated arrival time ended up being earlier. Like they definitely delivered it late is what I'm saying. But I did get it. So yeah, I'll do a little looking before I buy anything from them. We'll see what's going on. If I go to the Discord, I know they'll let me know there if people are getting their items or not. So again, thank you for letting me know. Fingers crossed that they're just, delayed because of staff reasons or something like that. And it's not anything more serious, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I have not had dinner today and I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. So I'm actually going to go do that. And I'm going to head there straight from this screen this time. Oh, shoot. I definitely didn't turn the music back up. Y'all just gonna let me sit here in silence? Doing this to y'all? Hoping for the best from them. Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, of course. I might be on later tonight. I have at least 4 boards that I'm sitting on. So I might take a break, do some things in my home, eat some food, and I might be right back here to do another board. I have a couple of things to build, so we'll see about it in a few hours. More stream, very likely more stream. I gotta get these boards built. I've just been sitting on them for a while. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully I'll see some of you in a few hours. If I don't, I'll catch you next stream. I'm kind of doing guerrilla streaming right now. Life has been boxing me in the face. But feel free to, follow me here. You guys will hopefully get alerts. It's usually pretty obvious if I'm building or if I'm playing a game or something like that. And I will talk to you guys later. Good night then. Thank you for the stream. Build marathon. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you guys. Remember that you are important and to take care of yourself. And I will see you all next time.